Yeah, I wanted to tell you that there was a moment that I'm fighting with the an injury I have. I'm fighting because recently it reawakened because of something I did, and it's so yeah. And you said something when today in connection to resisting the pain or something. I don't know. You said something that just I don't remember if you I don't remember, and I don't know if you remember, but you said something that really shifted it someplace else, because otherwise the recognition of the pain, the intensity of the pain, and all the emotions that are stored there of like total resistance towards the pain and all the thinking that comes, in connection to,
I know,
why
I know.
now, you know what I mean? It's like,
I think, is
and
it when I said let them scream?
huh?
Was it when
No,
I
you
said,
said something, yeah, you said something like, it's not your pain, like it's somewhere else. It's just a pain. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I feel it so close. It's like
yeah,
obvious. I touch it. It's like I
it
can.
feels very personal. I know, I know.
Yeah, right. It feels like really personal, right?
But it
But you
only
said
feels
something.
personal when you still are entertaining uh, a sort of personal relationship with it. So in the yoga, and of course it's natural because, like if you have a physical pain or an emotional pain, in a way it is yours. It is part of your story. It's part of, if you injured your body, it's your body. If you had some trauma, it is yours. But in the yoga, we do try to adopt at times. No, in my case, I think I go back and forth, but at times a perspective, the open field, impersonal. So then, if we can allow a pain to surface without at that moment, we're not entertaining a personal relationship with it. My pain yesterday it was a bit less. Tomorrow maybe it will be a bit less, and then because when I no, just this moment, the pulsation, the color, the texture, and the same with an emotion. If it's grief or sadness or whatever, the work sometimes, well, I don't like the word work, but the sort of the trajectory of the yoga is to allow this pain or emotion, and yet let the personal stickiness just for a bit. Of course, the personal stickiness it's very alive too. Itself, it's part of life. So that too needs to be felt. And our criteria or our ways of describing this process are not quite accurate. So I guess the most important thing, Maria Rosa, is that there was something said that shifted a perspective. And in that moment, there was an openness or a space opened up. Something was different. And that's enough. You don't have to remember it. Don't worry. It happened
I
and
want to remember.
I know. I
Well, I'm gonna
want, I
listen to the.
me want to remember. So,
Yeah.
like take that desire to remember, because I know that feeling like, oh my God, that was so helpful. I want to remember so I can, and there we go again. Same old, like that
Yeah,
little soldier
yeah,
that's,
yeah,
so it's
yeah. I
perfect.
mean,
It's perfect that you don't remember. And you do remember a bit because you said something about how it was not your, something about.
yeah. I remember it was after you made us breathe into the pain, breathe
Oh
into
yeah,
the.
and I said yes, I said I can't remember, but something about,
Yeah, let the
yeah,
breath go there.
yeah, and it's true if you're contemplating in a meditative way a place that's a suffering place, and already you're not so interested with the story, you're just with the raw feeling, then how do you know it's yours and not your mother's, or the whole world, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's a really beautiful thing, because then, well, not then, it's just a beautiful thing to really touch suffering as not my suffering, just suffering. Anyway, a lot to say there. But you can't pretend. If you're feeling it's very personal, then it is feeling that way, and that also needs some space. It's like we go through layers. So at first, the suffering person really needs some space in the meditation, and then the meditation begins to include not just the suffering person, but the sounds and other sensations, and then slowly that person begins to relax. She's only made of a sort of focus of attention. So the focus of attention begins to relax. The person relaxes, because the person is just a sort of, it's like a lens that is narrow. It's consciousness, but consciousness that's sort of narrowed, lensed. And then it relaxes for a bit, especially in these moments together. And everything, it becomes a bit, everything doesn't go away, but things get less heavy, less personal, more alive, more part of the totality, and more raw, more, I don't know. I know you know all this, but then we will come back to the narrow lens of Maria Rosa and Ellen and blah blah blah. But at least we know that it's a moving lens. Sometimes it's narrow, but it can relax, and God willing, because God willing, meaning it takes moments like this, which are, you know, everything's God willing anyway. So, but if you make your desire for more impersonal experiences a way of alleviating your suffering, then you're in the same old marketplace. So it's tricky. I mean, I do it all the time too. You know, we do it all the time. We're always on the marketplace until we're in the shrine, until it's not the marketplace. And again, I don't know how that works.
It's just a back and forth. Like,
yes, but we know the difference between the shrine, the place that is for God, and the place that is for, like, you give me this, I'll give you that. And
yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.